Hello. It has been a while. I think it's like been 3 months since I have posted a video. Um, I apologize that it's took a while to get this video out, um, but it's honestly took a while for me to get to this decision. Um, I've been praying a lot about it, trying to figure out what path that I need to take. And a lot has been going on. So, since right before Thanksgiving, Luke came home. He is no longer an OTR truck driver, he is working local. That's been a whole nother thing within itself, but he is working now local and super blessed, and he loves his job, so that's good. But I really have been trying to figure out if YouTube is still something that I want to keep doing. And so I just really started praying about it and trying to figure it out. And I have decided that I'm going to kind of put it on the back burner. As you can see, it's been 3 months and I've not got a video out. Now, there's several reasons. Uh-oh, Max, don't hit my tripod. There are several reasons why, I really feel like I have, come to this decision. Our lifestyle is just different now. YouTube used to be, my outlet when, Winston was in public school, and I could really get videos out and like share content and have time to do all those things that I love. When he was in school, I had that set amount of time. But life's different now. Life's great. Now Luke's home. Love that even more as well. He was gone for a long time, and so it was just me and Winston. So it was, YouTube was definitely a good outlet for me. Now that he's home and Winston's homeschooled, and clearly, this is a me decision, because, clearly there's channels out there that, are doing all the things. But this is just something that, like I said, I've been praying a lot about it, because my heart just still wasn't fully in it, even when we got in the house, because, I had posted a while back about, being so excited, because that's how I felt. But then I was like, it was so hard for me to just pick the camera up and film my day, because I was just like, oh, I gotta do this. I just wasn't enjoying it. And honestly, the past 3 months, even Luke has said, you are so much more peaceful. Not just me, but not having to worry about the stress of YouTube and literally, sharing our life online, because I had done that for years. And it is so much more peaceful. Not having people constantly, judge you and this and that, and, people dissecting everything that we do in our lives. And Winston's older. He's really not interested in being in front of the camera. Now, I've always said that, my channel is my channel, but my family's home. And so it's a little bit more difficult to do that. So, for me to really enjoy YouTube and want to do it, I just can't. It's just not something that I can do right now. So I'm putting YouTube on the back burner. And I'm not saying forever, because you never know. I didn't really, like I said, this is something that's took me a while to really make this decision. But I'm ready for the next step, what's to come. Since I am putting the camera down and not posting content anymore, we still need some income, because, in this economy, it is really hard to live off of one income, very hard. And so I, still wanted something where I could be creative, do the things I love, but not public, be public and post my life online. And so I'm getting back to my roots, where all the things started for me. I'm getting back into the baking, sharing that with friends, families, and customers. And then hopefully in the summertime, produce and, flowers. I'm really hoping to have a good cut flower garden this year. So that's kind of where I've been going. I'm switching gears, putting YouTube aside for now, and I'm just really getting back to what I love, and that is baking and, sharing all the things. And so I decided that I'm going to get my cottage law license, and I'm going to start baking from home and selling it. I'm going to start setting up at markets, and hopefully in the future, well, maybe in the future, do a farm stand here. And like I said, I know I could share that stuff with you guys, but it's just so much more peaceful. There's not nice people. Like, there's just, the internet can be such a nasty, cruel place. And honestly, one of the things that I've really been working on this year is really slowing down on just social media in general. I've not just cutting back on YouTube, my other platforms, I've really just slowed down. And I've slowed down for me, like just sitting and scrolling and like, being on, like I just want to be present with my boys. And so that's just kind of where we're at. And so that's kind of what's going on right now. Like I said, I wanted to just kind of give y'all an update on what's going on. Several people have reached out, checking in. Most people have been really nice about it, and then there's been a few that have not been super nice, or people messaging other people and being ugly, and I'm just like, okay, I need to just do a video. Like, I've already canceled my music subscription that, I use through YouTube. I've already canceled my editing apps. Like, this is literally just going to be raw and real and as is, because I got rid of everything because I was just kind of done with it all. And so yeah, so this is the next game plan. The next chapter. It's crazy to think to, get to this point and be just kind of done with it, because, like I said, I shared my life online for years. We have been publicly sharing, bits and pieces of our everyday life on here, regardless if that is me in the kitchen or, vlogs, like I said. But it's time to change things. Everybody changes, everybody grows, your lifestyle changes, priorities change. And so that's just kind of where I'm at right now. I'm kind of just taking a back burner with YouTube. Like I said, maybe not forever. Maybe that time might come around. I might, pop on once a month, or every few months or something, just to say hi. But I'm just really just kind of done with it. There's several, like I said, there's just a lot. It's a lot to it. Some people might be mad. That's fine. It's my life. I can choose what I do with it. But like I said, for the most part, people have been, nice. And the people I've talked to, they've been supportive as well, when they check in. But yeah, it's kind of where I'm at. So I don't know when I'll see you or if I'll see you, but if you have, regardless if you, been around just recently or if you've been a subscriber for, years, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for all the love and support through those years that I have been on social media. I really appreciated it. We all change and we all grow. And so this is the next chapter for me and my family. Enjoying the peace and just really slowing down. I'm excited for it. I'm also excited to, start up my little business. I still wanted to, to find something that I could do at home, where I can stay home, where we homeschool and all that. This is just another way, to make some income and be able to stay home. And so I decided on, doing the markets and the, hopefully, like I said, maybe a farm stand. We're just trying to see. We do kind of live out in the middle of nowhere. And so I'm worried that if I did a farm stand, I wouldn't get, as many customers as I think. And so that's why my main goal is just to start out at farmers markets, and like little events and stuff like that, just to see kind of, you know, how the market is in a way. But I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited to get back to what I really enjoy. Since high school, I've always wanted to have like a bakery, a bakehouse, and a tea room. Like that's been one of my biggest, like I've always wanted to do that. And that's not necessarily like the whole, you know, tea room, like bakery, like brick and mortar thing is not really something I'm interested in anymore. But the joys of the cottage law, you know, I can do that within my home and still make money. And I can, you know, make my tea blends. I can, you know, sell herbs. I can sell flowers and produce and, you know, all my baked goods and, you know, all that stuff. And so I'm excited to get that going. That's my goal for March, is to really get that going. That way at the end of March, I have my first market and set up and everything. So that's the game plan. It is crazy. Like, it's crazy to think that this has come to an end. It's just different. YouTube has changed so much just within, you know, the years that I've been on. And like I said, it can be such an ugly place. It can be a blessing. I have met some amazing women through YouTube, you know, people I still talk to, but it can also be very ugly. And I'm just kind of done with all that. Like, I just want peace. I just want to live in my little countryside, have my garden, sell my goods, enjoy my boys, and just live life. And that's what I'm ready for. So there's your little update. Sorry if it's not what you hoped, but that's it. Oh, somebody's pulling up. Bye, guys.